John just knows this isn't the latest version. And
I want that on record. The $15,000 version probably has been golden all over. Just golden,
probably
golden.
somewhat majestic. That would be majestic.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put his wristband on, and then if you'll flip the light switch. So just a little shock doesn't hurt very much, so don't worry. Chris handled it. Chris handled this perfectly. It's me, it's not you. All right, so go ahead and put your hand on the sensor.
You ready?
Yeah, is everybody ready? All right.
Why is it smoking? Oh, she's already horrified. Look at this.
Yeah, we can't do this. I'm sorry.
It's fun.
I'm just messing with
His face. Like, oh my
I'm
God.
happy. I want to be the
you. We just had to.
different one.
Oh wait, take it off for a sec. I'm gonna turn it back on. I just had to get that clip in there for just for our own fun, even if we get.
I'm gonna have him put smoke effects on
and then just have
like fire around me.
I thought we might be able to have a little fun with that, since you were so worried. But your aura was actually looking very beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay, go ahead, put your hand down. I'm just gonna have you relax. Take a couple of breaths. It's not you now. It's just me getting my stuff together here. I keep picking up the little. Alright, so now we're going to go to your graphs. And you're just going to breathe and relax, and we're going to let those graphs fill in. And is that light okay?
Yeah, it's
So
fine.
far?
Yeah.
I can move it back and off. It's just really to illuminate in the background, not to, you know, make you feel like.
That's what I was thinking too. We probably should have put something up back there too, to get all those newspaper articles and. But you're not filming any of that, right?
No.
Yeah.
She's pretty darn good. So are you looking too, Chris? You can see how the graphs
Yep.
are moving, how they're
Watching
supposed
them.
to fill in, and believe it or not, they're filling in pretty nice.
Precisely?
No, I mean you have a good energy moving through. Like there doesn't seem to be anything real stagnant or anything that's real blocked. But and you even have a better mental connection than your partner.
Yeah, that's not surprised.
Okay, so oh gosh, this is so funny. I can't help it. All right, so I'm gonna have you look at the camera, and I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, smile. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, now let's just make sure it's printing, and then we'll turn the lights on. You'll come over here.
So I can take my hand off?
Let's just make sure first. Well, you can. But the reason why I'm saying it's so funny is because where Chris was all physical, you're all mental.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there.
It's exhausting.
Well, I'm a mental person too, and I'm sure my husband would say the same thing, that I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, and I'll look over and he's just glazed
Yeah.
over. Because I have so many ideas in my head.
I'll be talking for 5 minutes and I'll go, I shall look away from her reader and go, huh? Like acting like she was listening.
Yeah, or,
I heard you. And she'll mention one of the words I said and try to save herself.
Try to play off of that. Okay, so flip the lights on. I'm going to unhook you and come around here and we'll kind of go through your report. Okay, so some really cool stuff about you.
Oh, look at that.
So cool. And I
Even coming out.
gotta see where it's coming from. You have so you're really you have a lot of intents going on. I'm assuming you probably have more things to do today. So
This is just him, always.
all right. Well, it's showing on the intent. So people experience your energy intent. So they don't really see you as you are, as a fun and bubbly, kind of easygoing, nice guy. They feel your intensity, which I wouldn't lie. I felt that the first couple times I met him. Like, where's Chris? I'm here to see Chris.
I was just saying that
But you're just
yesterday. Was
busy.
it Colleen saying that?
Yeah.
But you know, you're serious, you're busy, but you have blue on the left side, but when we get down there, you're gonna see that it's white.
Okay.
And white means that you vibrate of all the colors of the aura, which means you're very adaptable. So if you're with somebody who's very aggressive, and then somebody who's very passive, somebody who's very high energy, somebody who's low energy, you're a chameleon. Then that means that you can just be comfortable in all those areas. And so where, let's see, in your crown, you have that same golden orange in your crown, and the reason why you can't see it is the intense red of your third eye.
Okay.
So you have vision, you have a burning vision, and it affects everything that you do and every way that you do it. And you're grounded in it's green, so your roots are always growing, they're always changing, they're always creating new things, and that's what keeps you grounded.
Right.
Even though it seems like you're doing everything and you're all over the place, that is what keeps you.
Oh, and I tell her that all the time. I'm busy. I need to be busy because it keeps
That's
me,
what makes
yeah.
that's works for
Otherwise,
you.
yeah.
So where yours isn't as colorful as Chris's is, it just shows your intensity. But you see, you have in here, you have golden orange, which is that creative, and it's also that kind of the luck of the Irish kind of thing that things happen. You get directed, you're guided. And then we're going to move down here, and that's where I said you're going to see all the white. So that's what's coming more into your aura right now, is what you're going to be experiencing fairly soon. I would say within the next 6 months is all of that energy that you have to deal with all these different people is going to be like gold. Like you're going to be dealing with a lot of different people. You're going to do it well.
Right.
You're going to be calm, you're going to be in your thing, and then you look all this green in here, and that's in your root chakra, that's in your sex chakra, that's in your power center. It's all about new things, creating things, making new things, not staying stagnant. But that's why everybody kind of experiences your energy is like intense. Like when you've said hi, you're almost done with our conversation before we've had it. Like when we're talking, like, hi John, you're like, hi. And that person almost feels like they gotta hurry and tell you what they want because your mind's gonna go somewhere else, and that shows in here. So where Chris was mostly all physical, you're all mental. All mental. So I love that this is validating. But if you're more likely going to maybe send up a prayer or ask the universe before you're gonna get up and do something about it. Like you're really going to you use your mental power to get things done.
Yeah.
That is your mental power. But she uses her physical power to get it done.
Yeah, that's why we work so well together, because she'll
get up.
She's a doer. If I have the idea, she
makes
puts it into effect and makes it happen.
A wonderful, kind of a wonder, like you said, the opposite, and it shows on here.
Right.
So I'd love to do maybe more couple aura stuff, because this is way fun to see, which now, and I want to. So we talk about this as your yin and your yang, or your active or passive. So you have a feminine side or a passive side.
Old version, but.
How
dare you?
But you don't think of it as, you think of it as passive and active energy too, but also you think about mental and physical. So you have you have a lot more passive energy than active. Right. So don't think of it as male. It just depends on how it works. But then you look in here and you're running on like 6 pistons, and the only thing that you really kind of close down is people's ability to get to you, get close to you, get in your circle, or be affecting your decisions, business, anything. You don't let people get that close to that. But if you look up here in your center, and in the left, and in the throat, and in the heart, there's a sick amount of energy coming your way in all of those areas, and it's really active. So this is stuff I kind of said.
What does that mean, though?
Kind of meaning the intensity of your energy. So when you're thinking of the things that are coming into your being are coming fast and furious, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
You're not stopping it. There's nothing you can change. There's nothing. And then when I say like your energy's lower and how people experience your energy, because you don't allow them to.
Right.
That's what it means. But this stuff that's coming in is coming in hot and heavy.
Right.
So, it's showing in here.
That makes more sense than you know.
And see, I never know. But
is this my reading? I mean, I'm sorry. Can we put that curtain?
Please close. Please close the tent.
No, only the fact is John is under attack a lot. So I'm wondering if that's the energy that keeps coming at him.
Well, that is coming at him, but it also shows the ability to keep it at arms, keep it at bay.
That's the power of the white. You heard her. I'm godlike with the white on
Well,
the side of my
I
body.
don't want to toot your horn, but it is a little...
I'm like a mutant.
It's
Like an X-Men.
So all this is kind of what I already talked to you about, so you'll take this home and read. So the same as hers, you have almost the same chakra view, oddly enough.
See? Well,
So,
that's gonna give
meaning
us something.
that you're rooted, I think you have a little bit more in the throat and the intuition, so I'm going to say you rely a little bit more on intuition than Chris won't allow herself to. But so see, you also, I don't know what you guys are knocking boots in the closets, I don't know, but you guys have a lot of sacral or sex chakra energy going on, both of you do, and
More somebody.
more. Oh my god, you guys are killing me. This is why I got to do more couple stuff. This is a lot of fun.
It's fun.
But you're very grounded. You're very, very grounded, and but you're emotional. You're an emotional being, energy being, and that doesn't mean that's a good thing. But sometimes you allow your emotions to make decisions for you that aren't best for you, but maybe for someone else or the other people. You're making decisions that are maybe good for others, but maybe not always the best for you.
That's the truth.
So because you are super and emotional.
It's Italian. The guilt gets you.
That's the truth too.
Well, you know what? People are good too at instigating and manipulating you into thinking that if you don't do it, that you're the bad guy.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
every
God,
day
yeah.
of my life.
You
pretty
just
much.
nailed it.
Yep.
And then when you do things for people and then they turn around sometimes and don't turn out to be that person that you're willing and
The sacrifice was for nothing.
you think, but it's not, because you're whatever you put out, you get back tenfold.
Yeah.
Whether it's good, bad, ugly, you're getting it back. So when you make an investment,
Not so much the sex thing you read there. That doesn't work that way.
no, well, my husband's
He's
probably
filling
gonna
you full of crap.
my husband's gonna tell you the same thing. That's not true, not. So frequency wise, you're definitely, people are gonna feel you walking into the building. You're not gonna be a wallflower. You obviously can teach classes, run a show. I mean, that's a given. That's not psychic at all. But these are showing again your root chakra and just how high energy, grounded. So you're in every day to day life. What's going on? You're paying the bills. You're making the meetings. You're doing everything, and you're engaged in it.
Yep.
And your emotions are high. So that tells me you're passionately involved
Yep.
in everything you do, which is important. But look at your power center. You're very powerful about it, but not in a bad way. It's because your sacral chakra is about your emotions and your solar plexus is your power center. That's where your power comes from. So because they're so balanced, I'm thinking you're doing it with ease. I feel, and you may not always seem like you're doing it with ease, but try to put somebody in there that don't possess those qualities. And then you would see how hard it is. And then you have a good amount of energy in your heart chakra.
So far, I'm like so far above you. It's scary. It's scary.
You love being in that helium balloon, don't you?
Oh boy, we don't have to pop your bubble when we get down here. No. And obviously you're not afraid to speak about what's important to you and where you're going, and your intuition's good, but still I don't think you trust it as much as you could too. There's a lot more development that could be there.
Right.
But like if you're amplified, like I'm thinking maybe if Chris allowed herself to be amplified, she might be experiencing things that you don't like or want. But I really can't help but believe that a lot of it is you're reading the energy around you and all those thoughts and the horrible things that people think about on a daily basis.
No, she's got great instincts. She ignores a lot of hers. I mean,
Well, I think you do better with it than you think,
Right.
but you could. And then the crown chakra, it's kind of where that spirituality comes in, where you just trust the universe. I don't think you always trust. I think
No, I
you
don't
think you're
trust it
going to
at all.
figure it out,
Yeah.
and you're going to make sure it
Yeah.
happens. You're not just going to be like, oh,
yeah, you can't
mighty
count on
universe.
fate.
You think you can't, but you can. It's just that we as humans have been conditioned not to believe that the universe will provide for you,
Right.
because it will. And it always does. I mean, just in the last 2 years, I quit my job. I was taking care of my mother-in-law. She passed away. Nobody wants to hire me, but somehow money just keeps coming from here and there,
Yeah,
and we're
yeah.
making it.
Right.
Who knew nobody would want to hire me? I've only had 2 jobs in 30 years. Like,
I have blind faith like that.
yeah, so
100%.
I know that I'm being guided. Like, you guys call me up and say, oh, I want you on my TV show, and you're having an expo in May or in March, and like, I'm being guided that way, and my heart wants to trust it, but my head's like, I gotta pay the bills, I need health insurance, I need this.
Yeah.
But in the end, I believe that God don't bring you anywhere if He's gonna bring you. He wouldn't have brought me there
Yeah.
and then left me hanging.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, so I do believe it, but somewhere in the back of your mind, you're like, maybe not. So that's that same look. So let's see here. Aww, you have the same energy in love, meaning you go about it the same. So I'm thinking you're probably resonating with the sun too. Is that sun? So let me say this. You're very different in a like way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
It does to me.
That's what I was just thinking before when you were explaining something else. I was like, they're very different, but very similar.
But
too.
but it's so complementary. So when your overall color too, gold and orange, but more the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, you're very different, but you're moving through the universe together.
Right.
Like soulmates. I hate to use that word because I think soulmate
Yeah,
is.
we grew together as we got older, not
Yeah.
apart.
Well, we're the
We're
yin and
stronger.
yang, for sure. I mean, but together we're...
But it's definitely your differences that make it right.
Right, we're, yeah.
So this
The
is giving me
strengths and weaknesses.
so many ideas. You have knee issues?
Say, who?
Knees.
Yeah, my right knee.
Yeah. It's just showing.
I thought you
It's.
said me. I'm like,
Are you have issues with me? But look at how everything has a color, but this one's white. So it's showing me that the energy in that knee is very weak. It's very slow. It's very weak. So where hers didn't totally connect, yours veers in. So this is your head, your mind. So where she doesn't always make the connection,
Oh, you got that one.
you always veer. You go and then you veer inside for thoughts,
Yeah,
for answers.
of
You'll
course.
go
That's
out,
where
but
you
you
find
come
them.
back in.
Yeah.
Right. You're balanced too, but in a different way.
right.
But everything else on here basically looked
So
like
hers was...
hers was around, but it didn't close. Meaning that she doesn't always get all the way the whole thought, but you go inside before you will ask a question.
Send me that clip, please.
You will ask a question and answer it in your mind
Right.
before anybody ever answers you.
Bingo.
Oh, he does too.
Bingo.
Even if it's the wrong answer.
But besides that, and there is a little weirdness in the upper stomach.
Oh my God.
It's weird. It's Laura, it's looping. They're looping.
I've had stomach issues since I was a kid.
Okay, yeah. It shows a lot of erratic, and it's
Yeah.
not even up and down, it's
Yeah,
looping.
my father had stomach issues.
Maybe that's why it's looping, because it's been most of your
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Like,
I've never had a loop, so I'm just saying that,
No,
that's
no,
why
I
I
mean, I've always
believe
had
in
issues.
this
Always.
it might not be hoopla, but it's definitely
Right,
unique
right.
to you.
Right.
It's not about me, it's not about her, it's definitely you and you unique. So that is your aura
That's cool.
reading.